Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Monday, February 14, 2022. The Disabilities Act, which protects and promotes the rights of persons with disabilities, takes effect today, February 14. The act was passed in the Senate in October 2014, and the regulations were affirmed by the House of Representatives in October 2021. Chief Technical Director in the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, Dion Jennings, says the groundbreaking legislation will enhance the full and equal enjoyment of privileges and benefits for persons with disabilities.
The Disabilities Act highlights that we as Jamaicans should ensure and accept, as well as reinforce, that persons with disabilities has the same fundamental rights as any other person in the society. As that act coming into effect will ensure that the rights of persons with disabilities are protected. It also ensures the respect of their dignity and prohibits and prevents discrimination against persons with disabilities.
Ms. Jennings was addressing a function at the Portmore Self-Help Disability Organization on Friday. She says the law will give more authority to the Jamaica Council for Persons with Disabilities, JCPD, which will no longer be a department of the Ministry of Labour. The agency will be an independent body functioning under the Public Bodies Management Accountability Act. More persons with disabilities are being encouraged to register with the JCPD to access certain benefits. There are approximately 500,000 Jamaicans living with disabilities, less than 40,000 of them registered with the agency. Students will return to the classroom full-time after the midterm break. Prime Minister Andrew Holness made the statement in Parliament last week as he provided an update on the country's COVID-19 containment measures.
The pandemic, based upon the health threat, is existential. But I shudder to think of the education loss and what it will have, the impact it will have 5, 6, 10 years down the road if we don't move very quickly to correct it. So I'm giving notice that we will be returning to full face-to-face by the expiration of these measures. Then we will make the announcement for the following measures.
In the meantime, the Prime Minister urges caution as government continues to manage the pandemic and a return to normalcy.
While our indicators continue to show improvement, I want to caution the population that there is no room for complacency. While the government is widening the guardrails to allow more economic activity, citizens must continue to diligently follow the protocols to keep themselves, their families, and loved ones safe.
Hospitals have been instructed by the Ministry of Health to resume normal services with the waning of COVID-19 cases on isolation wards. In a letter issued last Thursday, Chief Medical Officer Dr. Jacqueline Bisesa McKenzie instructed the regional health authorities to review hospital operations with a view to resuming select health services. This follows the emergency services mode that was activated in January due to high COVID-19 bed occupancy and staff shortages due to illness. The Chief Medical Officer says each hospital is to assess its ability to reintroduce normal health services. Where possible, outpatient services and admissions for elective procedures will be accommodated. Many of the hospitals have already returned to normalcy in some areas, while others had not curtailed some services. The public is asked to contact the health facilities to get information on the status of the service they want to access. Construction of the forensic pathology autopsy suite is expected to be completed during the 2022-2023 financial year, which begins April 1. Approximately $319 million has been allocated in the estimates of expenditure to continue the work. It brings the total expenditure to date to $565.8 million. Ground was broken last November on the facility, which represents another tool in the government's crime-fighting arsenal. National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang says investment in security service and the Jamaica Constabulary Force specifically is critical.
We have to provide our police force with the required facilities, physically, technologically, and all the support services required to ensure we can do it. We are work, so the budget is crucial. The institutional support and organization is critical, and the legislation becomes crucial as we are working to put all those in place.
Last year, Minister Chang committed to providing an additional $1.3 billion to outfit the facility with the required equipment. The autopsy suite will provide pathologists and other members of the Institute of Forensic Science and Legal Medicine with the kind of facility that can produce good quality forensics to assist crime fighting. Government has broken ground on a $75 million project to rehabilitate the Marchmont to Retrieve roadway in Westmoreland. The project, which started last December, is scheduled to be completed this financial year, which ends on March 31. Work on the 3.8 kilometers of roadway includes the clearing of landslides, patching, drain improvement, constructing retaining walls, and reshaping and resurfacing the corridor. Minister without portfolio with responsibility for works in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Neverald Warmington, says significant work is being done to complete the project. It is expected to bring relief to motorists, farmers, and commuters who have been complaining about the poor condition of the road for some time now. And finally, the recently appointed Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, Pernell Charles Jr., met with small poultry farmers and some contract farmers at the Clarendon-Rada Parish Office on Friday as he continues to engage with stakeholders in the poultry industry. The meeting follows previous discussions with the broiler companies and other stakeholders. According to Minister Charles Jr., the full engagement of stakeholders provides for productive and insightful discussions on the challenges and the solutions that exist.
Whether it is discussions to see how we can attack the high energy cost, whether it is discussions around building up competition in the market to drive innovation, whatever it is, we have to be bold and we have to be honest enough to confront these challenges so that we can grow the industry.
He says the goal is to develop a stronger, more resilient poultry industry that contributes to the mission of building local agriculture capacity so that Jamaica can feed and produce for itself.
And so we're going to put some investment into our research and development and widening the options of poultry and meats that we have for our people.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.